Welcome back to Brick by Brick. Today we're going to be going over the investing potential of some of the new LEGO Star Wars sets that have recently come out. So I would not recommend investing in any of these right now. If you are going to buy one of them, and I'll give you some recommendations, I would wait until they're on sale on Amazon or Target or Walmart or somewhere you can get it for a little cheaper. Right now they are mostly at full retail price. So if you're able to buy one, I would definitely recommend getting one on sale if you're able to find it. So we will go with these first three sets here. So we have the Dark Falcon, the C-3PO figure, as well as the TIE Fighter and X-Wing mashup set. So between the three of these, I would probably go, I don't know, the Dark Falcon I have heard mixed reviews about, so it may not be the best investment. I don't know too much about it. But the C-3PO piece is definitely more of a display piece. I have a Yoda statue that is similar to this C-3PO one that's done fairly well. It's gone up in value by a decent margin, so I think I would probably end up going with the C-3PO giant figure there, but I think that most of those would probably be pretty good investments. The TIE Fighter and X-Wing mashup one might be a little more risky, but it's probably going to do all right. Then we get to the Creative Play Droid Builder, as well as the AT-AT, as well as the Mos Eisley Cantina. So here I would probably end up, if I could afford it, to go with the AT-AT or the Mos Eisley Cantina. They are both famous buildings and builds from the Star Wars franchise, so they probably both end up doing pretty well. They're definitely geared towards more adult fans of LEGO, which means they're going to be willing to pay a premium for the set when it eventually retires, so that's the advantage of those two. And then we get to some of these mech sets. I made a video about this a little bit earlier. I do think that these might be good investments. Like I mentioned in the previous video, if I were going to buy one of them, I would probably go with the Boba Fett one. I think it is probably more likely to do better as an investment than the Darth Vader or Stormtrooper one, but I do think they each have a shot at doing fairly well. Then we get to the Pirate Snub Fighter. I probably wouldn't invest in that, but it may do well. Then we get to some other sets here. So we have the cool little book there. Then the Captain Rex Y-Wing Microfighter. This one I think has been a very sought after LEGO set already. It's already in back order, so probably may do well as a LEGO investment, but you're probably not going to be able to find it, much less on sale. So it may be one that you'll have to wait a little while to get, but I do think it could end up doing quite well. Then we get to the Imperial Star Destroyer. This is it looks like it's from the 25th anniversary line of the LEGO Star Wars sets. So it's got an exclusive figure in it. I'm not sure which one it is, but that can be a great addition to the set. It also has some of the classic iconic Star Wars figures. Looks like we got Darth Vader, some Stormtroopers, and a couple other cool figures. And it goes for $160, so I think this set could end up doing pretty well. I think the TIE Interceptor is also going to be a good option between these three. So I think that if just depending on the size of your budget, if you can get the Imperial Star Destroyer, it might be good. I'd wait till it was on sale, but I do think that the Imperial Star Destroyer and the TIE Interceptor are both going to do pretty well. Then we get to the Luke Skywalker X-Wing mech. This one might do well. I would recommend going with the Boba Fett one, but this is also another pretty famous build or ship from the Star Wars franchise, so it could end up doing quite well. Then we get to a LEGO Clone Commander Cody set. So this one goes for $10. It's just a cool little Brickheadz set. I do think it could end up doing well. Generally, the Star Wars Brickheadz perform pretty well. Then we get to a set that hasn't come out yet, but the Desert Skiff and Sarlacc Pit. I think this could be a great investment. It depicts a very famous scene from the Star Wars movies. You also get an exclusive figure there that is from the 25th anniversary of the LEGO Star Wars sets. And it also just comes with a bunch of classic iconic figures from the LEGO Star Wars franchise. And it could very well end up doing pretty well as a LEGO investment. And then we will get to some of the other LEGO sets here, if it will load. So we get to Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, a Class Republic attack cruiser, as well as boarding the scene from The New Hope. And I think that each of these will probably end up doing fairly well if you can afford it. Probably the Venerator Class Republic attack cruiser is going to likely do well. Generally, these bigger LEGO Star Wars sets end up performing well. They rarely go down in value, so I do think that that could be a good investment, but I think that I'd go with the $55 set there. If you have a smaller budget, I think it will probably end up doing better than the Darth Maul Sith Infiltrator, but could be wrong. They'll probably both end up doing fairly well. Then we get to LEGO R2-D2. This could be a good set, and then the Droideka. So I would probably go I think they could both do well. I'd probably go with the R2-D2. It's a little bit more famous of a character. Could probably end up doing better as a LEGO investment. Then we get to a couple other Clone Trooper Battle Pack sets here, and then a Millennium Falcon. I think that could be a great investment. It doesn't have any minifigures in it, which isn't a selling point, but still would probably do well. And then the Phantom Menace Brickheadz set comes with a bunch of different Brickheadz, and then we get to the Pod Racing set diorama. This is definitely geared towards more adult fans of LEGO, so probably will end up doing pretty well. Then we get to Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader Brickheadz. I have one of those in my collection. I think it has a good chance of performing well as an investment. Then we have the Coruscant Guard gunship, the Bark Speeder Escape, and the X-Wing Starfighter. I'd probably go with the X-Wing Starfighter on this one, but I do think that I made a whole video about the Coruscant Guard gunship. It may end up doing well, but it's apparently not one of the most liked LEGO Guard gunships, so may not do as well as I thought when I made that video. Then we get to two more LEGO Star Wars Battle Packs, as well as an ATT Walker. I believe the ATT Walker is currently on sale on Amazon, but I think by last I checked, a little over 20%, or maybe at 20%. So this one you could be able to buy just on Amazon right now for about 20% off. Then we'll go to a couple other sets here. Wait for this to load, I think. But that's generally the case with these LEGO Star Wars sets. They generally end up performing pretty well. I've had a few that haven't done amazingly, but generally they end up performing fairly well. And then we get to the Darth Vader helmet set. This could be a good investment. The Ghost and Phantom 2. I probably wouldn't go with that one. And then we have a few others here. The Tusken Raider, the Invisible Hand, and then we get to another Millennium Falcon, the Mandalorian Fighter versus TIE Interceptor, and then a TIE Bomber. So all these are famous spaceships that could end up doing pretty well. If I were to invest in one of these, I would probably go with the TIE Bomber. I think that set has a better chance of performing well. Or maybe the Millennium Falcon. That one is a little more pricey, but could end up doing well. Then we have a Boba Fett Starship Microfighter. I think this could be a great microfighter to invest in. They're currently on sale on Amazon, like the other set I mentioned earlier, so it could be a great investment. And then we got these two, the Mandalorian helmet and the Razor Crest. I probably wouldn't end up investing in either of these, but it's very possible they could do well. LEGO Mandalorian sets haven't really done so well for me. It's still a little bit early to say that, but I do think that I'm going to steer clear of LEGO Mandalorian sets for the next little while. Thankfully, I didn't put much money into it, but they ended up staying at about retail price or even going down slightly, so I'm probably going to stick with mainline Star Wars sets. Feel free to let me know if you have any questions, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.